Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. RowPaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
A historic night at ExtraMile Arena with this shot right here. Max Rice joins the 1,000-point club. Kind of fitting it comes on a three-pointer in the first half, and then a short time later, much less anticlimactic, a goaltending call gets the 1,000th point for Tyson Degenhart, both players becoming the 33rd and 34th players in Boise State history to reach 1,000 points in their career. I just switched the microphone there, so it should be sounding a little better now. Sorry about that. But get your comments in, your thoughts in after this one. Boise State wins 85-63 over Utah Valley. The Broncos finished non-conference play 9-4. And again, a historic night here at ExtraMile Arena as both Tyson Degenhart and Max Rice surpass the 1,000-point mark. It is the first time in Boise State history that two players reach 1,000 points in the same game for Boise State. It's only happened a handful of times ever in college basketball that it's happened where two teammates did it in the same game. There was one instance where three players did it in the same half, I believe. But 1,000 points for Tyson Degenhart, 1,000 points for Max Rice. Both took different paths to get there. Max Rice, is 6th-year senior, obviously has overcome a lot in terms of earning his scholarship, earning his way into the lineup with his dad being the coach. And Tyson Degenhart came in, started right away as a freshman, and both these guys reached 1,000 career points on the night. And again, super cool. And both those guys talked to the media after the game. We will play that here in a little bit. You'll hear from Max. You'll hear from Tyson. But again, there they are after the game with the balls they were given. Max Rice, Tyson Degenhart, 1,000 career points at Boise State, again, happening in the same time, in the same game. They are now only the 33rd and 34th players in the history of Boise State basketball to reach 1,000 career points. And when you look at the things that Max Rice can do in terms of the you look at both of them for sure, but in terms of where Max Rice could finish in his career, you look at the career 1,000-point scorers. Max Rice has a chance to finish maybe 14th, 15th in school history in scoring. I mean, you look at where Max Rice is, he's right over 1,000. And with conference play to go, you got 18 conference games. You got a game in the Mountain West tournament, so 19 games left. And you look at where he is, he's got a chance to finish up there in maybe the top 15. I mean, I don't think that's crazy to think. I'm trying to find the 1,000 point ones again. Yeah, you have Nick Duncan at 1,140. I mean, I'm bad at math, but if Max Rice averages even on can we say 12 points in conference play? Is that too much to ask? Let's just say 10. I mean, that's 190 points. That puts him at 190. That would put him at the 15th leading scorer in school history if Max Rice were to, average 10 points in conference play, which I think is a low number. So, and then you think about where Tyson Degenhart could be with the rest of this year and next year. Tyson Degenhart, I think, has a chance. Don't know if he can quite get to 1,944 Tanaka Beard for the school record, but I think there's a chance. Kobe Caro was fifth with 1,698. That's 1,700 points. That'd be 700 more points this year and next year for Tyson Degenhart. I certainly think Tyson Degenhart has a chance to be in the top 5 all time in scoring at Boise State. So both those guys certainly had a chance to have a chance here moving forward to make some history with Boise State in terms of the scoring. But both those guys surpass 1,000. Boise State wins 85-63. The Ken Palm numbers have not updated yet. Should be literally any minute. So if any of you guys are following that as well, let me know if it updates, and we'll keep track of that for you. But appreciate the 100 of you that are watching. That number continues to climb. So thank you so much for our live viewership. If you're watching this on delay on Saturday morning, we appreciate you as well. Again, final score 85-63. Boise State ends the non-conference play at 9-4. We're going to hear from Max and Tyson. We're going to hear from Leon Rice as well, and kind of put a bow on the non-conference portion of the season and turn our attention to conference play. How about San Diego State getting a big win tonight against Gonzaga? At Gonzaga, it's a huge win for the Mountain West. The computer metrics continue to look really nice for the Mountain West. So we got some highlights as well we're going to play from Jaden Finch. So we got a lot to get to here on the Lithia Florida Boise post-game show. Again, 20 points for Omar Stanley, his second straight game with 20 points. Max Rice finishes with 22 points. You look at what that game, Jaden, it shakes the table, so just try to be a little calm if you can. You look at the last game, 5 of 25 shooting for Max Rice and for Tyson Degenhart in that loss to Washington State. Both those guys certainly rallied and had much better games tonight. Max Rice, 22 points on 8 of 12 shooting. Tyson Degenhart was 13 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Both those guys played extremely well, I thought, tonight. And then obviously you had mentioned Omar Stanley, 20 points, 2 straight games in a row for him. He also had 7 rebounds. Let's see what else we got here. 10 points from Chibuzo Abo, 10 points from Cam Martin. I mean, look at your 2 big guys tonight. You had 30 points and 13 rebounds from Cam Martin and Omar Stanley. That's going to get it done. There's some questions on here about the officiating. The free throws were a little crazy. Utah Valley takes 34 free throw attempts in this game. Boise State only takes 24. When you're the home team on a bye game where you're just paying the other team to come in here from a smaller conference, usually you're the one that has the massive free throw advantage, not the other way around. But somehow the officiating crew of Nate Harris, Frank Harvey Jr., and Kelly Self gave 10 more free throw attempts to Utah Valley. The fouls were 23 on Utah Valley, 21 on Boise State, actually. But I guess take that back. 24 on Boise State, 22 on Utah Valley. I was looking at fouls drawn. So, yeah, that was some interesting officiating at times. You did have the player on Utah Valley ejected from the game for the low blow to Chibuzo Abo with his arm swinging there. But how about the crowd? Hats off to the crowd. 10,764, I believe, a season high. The upper deck was packed tonight. This was a lot of fun. And kudos to the Boise State marketing department. I've been on them for the pregame, but they had the timing better tonight. And still not sure why KJ doesn't ask everybody to stand and welcome the Broncos to the court like he did last year. But maybe there's something behind that. But the timing and was much better. We had the Let's Get Ready to Rumble from Michael Buffer. We had the Jock Jams. It was much better energy to start the game. And you just think about the next home game, Colorado State could be ranked in the top 15 coming to town. This place should be a sellout. It should be rocking when Colorado State comes in an early, biggest game of the year for Boise State to this point, with a chance to really get that marquee win and really have that nice win in their back pocket moving forward. And they would hopefully keep them 2-0 in conference play, because they opened conference play against San Jose State a week from tonight. Looking forward to that. I will be in San Jose next week. San Jose State on Friday night, Boise State and San Jose State to open Mountain West play. So looking forward to getting to San Jose for that one. But again, kudos to the crowd. 10,764. It was a season high from the crowd. The crowd was awesome tonight. And kudos to Cody Gogler and the marketing department and everybody that had the ticket deals and things, got fans in here. It was a lot of great energy, and the fans did a great job. It was an awesome crowd, awesome day of basketball here at ExtraMile Arena. And again, I thought the marketing staff, the timing, everything was great, and was a nice night of basketball here at ExtraMile. And it culminates in an 85-63 win. Boise State again improving to 9-4. And they will now have a bye. They get the early bye. Everybody else starts conference play early this week. And there's Zach Haney, Nick Duncan in the house. I wish we could get to Nick Duncan, Zach Haney. There they are. Wish we could get them to come stop by for a minute, but they probably are ready to hit up 6th Street at this point. Chandler Hutchison also in the house. A lot of former players back. I saw Malik Harwell as well. So cool night on a Friday night. You get a lot of former players back in town for the holiday break. And it was cool to see Chandler Hutchison back there, back here, along with Zach Haney and some of his former friends as well. Just got the Holly Cook letting us know that Ken Pom is updated. Boise State is up to 67 at Ken Pom, and that, believe it or not, is the highest Boise State has been since the loss to Clemson. Boise State was 59th. They lost to Clemson, went to 72nd, and they have never been higher than that. So Boise State, despite being 73rd, losing to Washington State. Jaden, appreciate it, man. Then they lose to Washington State, and they beat Utah Valley, and Boise State moves up 11 spots at Ken Pom. Boise State now 67th at Ken Pom. That is their best in well more than a month. So slowly but surely, the numbers are going to keep improving for Boise State. They're into the 60s. You really want to get into the 40s to have a real strong chance at an at-large bid. But again, all the games that Boise State's going to have, just look, Colorado State 30th, Nevada 39th, San Diego State 26th. You're going to have 3 of your next 5 games against teams ranked in the top 40 at Ken Pom. So about to get a lot tougher here in terms of the schedule, and about to get a lot tougher here in terms of conference play starting, but Boise State's still in a pretty nice position here. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. Boise State tonight, again, 85-63, taking on Utah. Early on, Omar Stanley going to work yet again underneath the basket. Again, he's really continuing to show that he is going to be a guy that can certainly count on offensively. Played with both big guys together again at times tonight. You see Max Rice here driving a little scoop shot. Much more comfortable game, I thought, from Max Rice tonight. I thought he looked a lot more comfortable and more kind of a good flow, as Jay Tuss was saying after the game, and I totally agree. Andrew Meadow here after Boise State gets the steal. Thought they might call that a charge because they just called one a little earlier, but they count the bucket there for Andrew Meadow. He makes the free throw as well. But Andrew Meadow had a nice little game tonight. Good at Cam Martin. A couple of nice moves here. Look at that spin move. Nice layup there from Cam Martin. Again, he had 10 points. I believe 6 rebounds in this one for him coming off the bench. Max Rice, another nice pass. Tyson Degenhart. He gets it to go. Boise State again opening up a nice lead. They led by as many as 23, I believe, in the first half. There's Roddy Anderson, the kick out. And there's Andrew Meadow with the 3. Haven't had a lot of offense from Andrew Meadow this season, but he had 8 points tonight, 15 solid minutes off the bench for Andrew Meadow. I think Boise State fans should be excited about what he can do. And again, Omar Stanley, the jumper there, he's doing it in so many different ways, not just posting guys up. He even hit a 3 tonight. And there's Max Rice. And there it is. The three-pointer puts him at 1,000 for his career. They're late in the half. They acknowledged him a short time later. And Boise State was able to be up by 17, I believe, at halftime. Now we go second half. Debuzo Abo off the glass, and it's good. Boise State extending the lead. Tyson Degenhart posting up his man as well. Nice little shot there. Tyson Degenhart so effective in the paint. Abo steps back, hits the 3, a nice shot for him. Only had 10 points, pretty quiet game for him, but he didn't really need all of his offense tonight with what Max and some of these other guys were doing. Cam Martin, another nice move in on the interior. You get 30 points from your big guys, you're going to be in pretty good shape most nights. Nice pump fake there from Max Rice. Misses the 3, but Boise State tips it out, keeps the play alive. Max Rice decides to drive it in there, the little scoop shot, and he gets it to go. But a couple of the short in the paint shots were really nice from Max Rice today. Those shots were rimming off against Washington State, and they go in tonight. Nice pass there from Omar Stanley, finds Debuzo Abo. Boise State extending the lead in the second half. And then here's Omar Stanley going to work down in the interior. Huge jam. I think Omar Stanley is going to lead the team by a fairly large margin in dunks this season as he hits the dunk there. And then Max Rice misses the shot. Ball's loose. Cam Martin picks it up, puts it back in there for Boise State. And then again, here you have Max Rice. The and one. Boise State just kind of pouring it on here. And then at the end, these were important minutes. Here's a nice dunk for Kobe Young. And again, important minutes at the end of the game for Boise State, because I know some folks were asking why didn't they empty the bench more. But really, these I hate to say it, but these Ken Pom numbers, these net rankings, they take into account margin of victory. So if you're Boise State, you know every basket you score in the final 2 minutes, I mean, winning by 22 is a lot different than winning by 15 or 14. So frankly, they were up like 24, and they had a chance to go maybe win by 30 if they had kept some of the guys in. They did empty the bench with a couple minutes left, and again, final score 85-63. Let's take a look at some of the stats here in this one. Again, 20 points for Omar Stanley, 13 for Degenhart, 10 for Abo, 22 for Max Rice, and Cam Martin had 10. Boise State goes 5 of 12 from three-point range, 41.7%, 18 of 24 from the free throw line for Boise State as well. The Broncos shoot 55.4% overall. And again, you look at some of the other numbers that stand out. Rebounding, 42-24. Boise State had a nice edge on the glass. Boise State also got 20 points from its bench. 52 of Boise State's 85 points came in the paint. A huge number there. And then Boise State did have 15 turnovers and only 13 assists. That's one thing you'd like to see cleaned up a little bit there. But again, the effectiveness, 20 points on 10 shots for Omar Stanley, 22 points on 12 shots for Max Rice. You love the effectiveness there. But overall, Boise State holds Utah Valley to 2 of 15 from three-point range, and just a really nice overall effort in this one. Again, from the start, it was the first few minutes were close, but again, right after that, they kind of pulled away. And as we said, if you're just joining us, Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart, they both surpassed the 1,000-point mark for their career. Let's hear from Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart, but first, we need to take a quick 90-second timeout to thank some of our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. Go grab another Cutwater. You're going to hear from these two guys, Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart. We'll keep taking your comments in the ICCU YouTube chat, your thoughts on the game. Don't go anywhere. Back in 90 seconds with Max and Tyson here on Bronco Nation News. The Lithia Florida Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios. Our title sponsor, ropepaint.com. Back in 90 seconds. All Bronco Nation News broadcasts come from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of premix premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Our title sponsor is ropepaint.com. For all your commercial, industrial, residential painting needs, check out ropepaint.com. Don't forget about their concrete coatings. Transform that ugly concrete slab on your back patio in your garage in just one day. Contact ropepaint.com for a free estimate today. The official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our title sponsor at Bronco Nation News is ropepaint.com. Idaho Central Credit Union's been helping members achieve financial success for more than 80 years. There's an ICCU branch on almost every corner, but the closest is in your pocket with free eBranch mobile and online banking. See why more than 500,000 members love ICCU and join 1 in 4 Idahoans by making the switch today at ICCU.com. Since 1984, Ridley's Family Markets has prided itself on being a hometown food and drug store that employed value members of the local community. Ridley's Family Markets has 13 locations in the state of Idaho and many more in the surrounding states. Download the new Ridley's app to your smartphone, get savings up to 40% off at the checkout line, and find a location near you at shopridleys.com. Former Bronco Matt Bauscher is once again the number 1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. No home is too big or too small for Matt and his team. Let them fulfill all your real estate needs at BauscherRealEstate.com. Back here on the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. Shout out Lithia Ford. Appreciate them. My truck, I was saying on the pregame show, needed to go into the shop, and they called me a lift ride and picked me up and helped me and gave me a great deal. So if you're looking for great customer service, Lithia Ford of Boise, they will service your vehicle even if you do not purchase from them. They'll give you a ride if you need a ride to come drop after you drop off the vehicle or before you pick it up. Great customer service at Lithia Ford of Boise. I can attest to it. And we bought our F-150 at Lithia, and we're very happy with the purchase. And they've been a great stay in contact with us, even past the purchase, and asking how things are going and stuff. So check them out. View their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com. And again, our title sponsor on the pre and post game shows, Lithia Ford Boise. And we appreciate Jim Sturk and their support here at Bronco Nation News. Let's hear from Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart. Again, they both become the 33rd and 34th players in Boise State history to surpass the 1,000 career mark. They do it in the same game. First time that's happened in Boise State history. 2 players surpassing 1,000 points in the same game. They brought their ceremonial basketballs with them. Sorry for the spotty camera work at the very beginning. I was trying to get my tripod set up, but it smooths out after that. Here is Tyson Degenhart, Max Rice, 1,000-point scorers after Boise State's 85-63 win over Utah Valley. Max, start with you, I guess. What did it mean to hit that 3 and get to 1,000?
Yeah, it was cool. Took away from the game a little bit. I got to give credit to my teammates for finding me. But to be able to do it with a guy I grew up with, and I like to take credit for the reason he's here because I coached him in elite camp, and I said pull the trigger. But just to do it with him is awesome, and it's an honor, and credit to all the teammates I've had in the past decade.
What obviously the game before Christmas, you struggled a little bit shooting. Were you trying to get it up there too hard, or?
Yeah, probably. I mean, it's shooting. You're gonna make some, you're gonna miss some. I just feel really comfortable in here, So I got to find a way to channel that on the road, and it's hard, but I've been around, so I know I can do it, and I will.
Tyson, was that the most dramatic way you possibly could have scored your 1,000th career point?
Well, it didn't help. I missed a free throw. I got fouled, and I knew it was 2 away, and I left the first one short, and I was like, great. And then it was kind of anti-climax. It wasn't as good as his. Mine was on a goaltend, but hey, it's 2 points either way, and it's a really cool accomplishment, and I'm thankful for all the teammates that I've had the past 3 years and the coaches and just everyone supporting me and keeping me going.
Max actually brought this up a couple post games ago. How cool is it that he's aware of something like that? I guess it's kind of a special moment for you guys.
Yeah, he's always finding stats, and he's always had some random stats he always tells me, and I guess that was one we were at. I think it was right before the Wazoo game. We were both at 980. So
yeah, but I told you before the season started. Remember?
Yeah,
I had a plan and I executed it perfectly. But
there we go.
Yeah.
Hey, Omar, 2 straight games over 20. You guys know guys who've done this. Do you have to learn how to score 20 at this level? And once you do, all of a sudden you kind of have your 20-point blueprint. And with that, are you guys now kind of expecting high-level points from Omar this year?
He's grown a lot, and even in the last couple of weeks, you kind of seen the growth and just how comfortable he is in our offense. And I mean, you even saw it last year with Buzo. There was that stretch where you had to kind of figure some stuff out, and those first couple of games weren't what he wanted to be. But then he got comfortable on our offense, and I think you're seeing the same thing with Omar. He's impacted the game on both ends. 7 rebounds, 4 offensive with 20 points and assists, and he's doing a lot of great things for us.
Max, your thoughts on Omar?
I think it takes time to mesh with people, obviously, and he's gotten better. And I know you saw it out there, like those offensive rebounds. We're going to need those against Mountain West teams, and they get you those second opportunities. And I think his game's developed in a lot of different ways, and I think his free throws gotten way better over the course of the season. And I think he made a 3. He's 1 for 1 from 3, so he's just developing a lot of different facets of his game, and I think he'll help us a ton in conference.
I know you guys kind of touched on it, but as one of your 33 and 34th players all time to reach 1,000, and the first set of teammates to do it in the same game at Boise State. I mean, to do it in the same game, what does that mean to you guys?
Well, Joe told us we're the second teammates he's found ever to do it in the same half. That's kind of cool. But I mean, what do you think?
It's really cool. I don't think it happens that often, especially with people COVID years. I mean, there's so many different reasons that it couldn't happen, but I'm glad it happened tonight, and I'm glad to do it with one of my best friends.
Now that you guys are able to kind of look back on the body of work at the non-conference schedule, you guys sit 9-4 going into Mountain West play. Where do you like where you stand?
Yeah, we were talking about this this week. Like, it was a tough loss the game before, but if you look at our schedules in the past 2 years, I think we ended non-con 9-4 last year, and we got better wins this year with more opportunities coming because our conference has done so well. So people are definitely peaking too early again on all those statistics, and there's so many opportunities that don't even look at it quite yet, and we just got a lot of opportunities coming.
Utah Valley was kind of hanging around a little bit at the beginning, and about 10 minutes in, you guys really just took off and never looked back. What kind of flipped the switch in this one?
We knew they were going to come out and compete. They obviously have some great wins on their schedule, and they've competed with a lot of great teams. And we knew they were going to come out firing. You know, they've had a lot of time to prepare for us, so we figured they'd be prepared. And they gave us a good run in that first bit, and we just knew we needed to buckle down on defense and really hone in. And we had them scoreless for a good 5-minute stretch. And I think that's really when we opened up the game.
My son, what are you going to do? Your dad's here. Is he going home with that ball? Is that going on your special trophy case, like in Max? That's a cool thing. Where's that go?
I think this is gonna go next to my award that I won from you and Prater. Just, that award and then the ball.
I need an award. Can I get an award, Mallory? Come on.
That should be a prop on the Degenhart show.
Shoot, maybe. We'll have to see.
These first games, though, like after Christmas break, I know they're dealing with it too. What's the challenge like coming back after being gone for 4 days and with your families and having a couple days of practice? And how'd you like how you guys came out tonight?
Actually, we didn't have too much rust. I mean, we practiced on the 26th, and we had two and a half really good practices this week, and we really got the cobwebs off on what day was that? Tuesday? I can't keep track of days. We got the cobwebs off and had really good practices this week, and I think that showed on the court how well we played tonight.
Max, just in terms of like your command, your pace tonight, like you seemed as comfortable as maybe I've ever seen you on a court tonight.
Yeah, I think I've been watching a lot of film lately just because, I don't know, I feel like in the lane I've been just going too fast, And tonight I think I worked on just slowing down, using my pump fake because they fall for it, just dumping it off or laying it in. And I got to be able to do that in conference as well because last year I think I had a little better pace to me, and I actually been working on that, so I'm glad you noticed that.
3 assists too.
Yeah,
Max,
it's high for me.
Pump fake? I mean, I haven't seen more up and unders since I go into a YMCA game. Is it in the pump fake where you get these guys to get off their feet? And I know coaches say, don't leave your feet.
Yeah. Well, I think if they're harping it in film all week, I got a low pocket, so all I got to do is slightly go like this, and they're going to get yelled at if I shoot it. And then just try to get in the lane, make something happen, look for Fondeggy.
You know the guys who are more prone to fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Well, if they don't jump, I'll probably just shoot it, especially at home. So, either way.
Defensively, you guys were able to get some steals there in the first half. I think 6 total in the first half. Just, how crucial. I mean, there are a lot of fast break baskets there to really kind of get you guys going. How crucial were those? Yeah, we knew if we took the 3 away from them, it was going to be hard for them to beat us, and they went 2 for 15. So it kind of made them. We were all in the lanes as well, just hitting them. I don't know what you think.
I think we saw what we were lacking in that Washington State game was ball pressure, and I think that was our emphasis this week. And I think you showed it on the court. I mean, we had 8 steals overall. I think that's way more than we had against Washington State.
Both of you guys are well versed in the challenges that will come over the next 2.5 months here. You guys get a couple of days now because you get that early bye. So maybe Max, you go first, and Tyson, you want to build off of it. How much do you just kind of gather yourself before the gauntlet over these next few days?
Yeah, you want to take this first, Dave?
I mean, the conference has done really well in this non-conference this year. I think better than last year, and we have a lot of great opportunities in front of us, and we know that each game it's going to be a dogfight. It doesn't matter where you're playing at, who you're playing against. Everyone's going to give you the best shot, and it's the most fun time of the year because we know these teams so well. A lot of the coaches are still the same, and should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, when I heard that we had the first bye, I was like, hopefully Leon gives us the whole weekend off. We got New Year's. And then I'm like, no, I got to switch my mindset. It's my last year. Let's come in on Sunday. Let's get better. Got a ton of good teams in the conference, so there's no time to waste at this point. It's time to put our heads down and start doing stuff.
You mentioned, Max, the last year's conference record being 7-1. I think it was 10-3, but it was close. Do you feel like, I know the metrics are what they are, the numbers are what they are. You guys are in that 6th spot right now in terms of the conference. Do you feel like people are maybe still sleeping on you guys, or you mentioned not having the bad loss? Do you feel like with the opportunities you guys have here coming up in conference play, you're going to be able to put yourself back in the spot you want to be in? Yeah, we don't have bad losses, but you need good wins as well. So we're kind of
just looking at the slate, we got good game after good game. No off nights in the Mountain West. So, I mean, all the opportunities are in front of us. There's no reason to look back on the non-con at this point. Everything's in front of us, and if we do what we think we can do, then we'll be right where we want to be.
With last one, Andrew Meadow tonight, and then the bench had a kind of a rough game at Washington State. Came out, hit a couple of big shots, forced a couple turnovers. Just to see his growth, he's going to be a factor for you guys, or you're going to need him to be a factor for you at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can see it in spurts. I mean, look back at the VCU game. He gave us a huge spark when we needed it and had 12 points in that first half and got us going. In the St. Mary's game, he back-to-back threes. I mean, that's just what he's been capable of. We've seen it in practice. We see it every day with his work ethic and what he does, comes in, has his head down, works hard, and he's just reaping the rewards of it now, and he's going to reap it even more when conference play comes around.
There they are, Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart, speaking with the media after they both reached the 1,000 career point mark at Boise State. Really cool night for them, cool moment for Boise State. That, again, only 34 players in the history of Boise State basketball have reached 1,000 points. And Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart both do it in the same game. Pretty cool there. Let's take a look at some of your comments on the ICCU YouTube chat. Let's see. You're going to be interesting versus Colorado State coming up. Kurt says they'll probably lose by 10 to 15 points. We'll look ahead here in a little bit, but Roy says 1,000 and counting. Congratulations, guys. Congrats to Tyson and Max. Pretty cool. Pretty good job tonight by the Broncos. Took care of business. Sure turned into a ref show in the second half. Team responded well. Derek says overall satisfied with the non-con. 3 good wins versus VCU, St. Mary's, San Francisco. No bad losses. In position to be in position. And that's really what they had to do. We talked about it. The big thing for Boise State tonight was to avoid that bad loss, and Boise State got through the non-conference portion of its schedule with no bad losses. Again, Clemson ranked 20th, Virginia Tech 50th, Butler 62nd, Washington State 70th. Boise State, ironically, has now passed Washington State. They lost tonight to Utah, so Boise State, that's the one win. If Boise State could have just got that Washington State win, they'd be in a much better position, I think, in terms of wouldn't have had a loss since November 26th. They'd be on a 8-game winning streak or whatever it is. That Washington State game sticks out a little bit as a tough one for sure. But again, it's not a bad loss. So you beat the Northwestern States, Cal State, Fullerton, Utah Valleys of the world. You did what you had to do. 9-4 going into conference play. And again, you look at the record of the teams in the Mountain West Conference. San Diego State is 11-2. Colorado State 12-1, New Mexico 12-1, Nevada 12-1, Utah State 12-1. So all those teams 12-1 or 11-2 in San Diego State's case, but San Diego State has the win over Gonzaga. Colorado State has the win over Creighton. New Mexico's best win is UC Irvine. Again, you look at New Mexico's schedule. They lost to the best team they played, St. Mary's, and they've only got 2 top 100 wins, and that is UC Irvine, and that is Louisiana Tech. So they're beating up on Rice, Toledo, UT Arlington, Texas Southern, New Mexico State, UC Santa Barbara, Santa Clara, New Mexico State, Eastern New Mexico. Tonight they won big. So New Mexico's doing it a little differently in terms of the record there. You look at what Nevada's done. Nevada's got a couple nice wins. They beat TCU out there in Hawaii, who's ranked 38th, and they've beaten Weber State, who is 99th, and Washington, who is 48th. But again, only 3 top 100 wins for them. But they do have that TCU one, which is looking nice at 38. But they've played a lot of cupcake games as well. They did lose to Drake. Their only loss to Drake, who's 73rd. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of Nevada's 12 wins are against teams ranked outside the top 100. And I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of Nevada's wins are outside the top 200. So Nevada, New Mexico have certainly benefited from some easier schedules, I think, to this point. But you look at Utah State. Very similar situation. They've got the win over San Francisco, who was 51st. That was a nice 1-point win for them. And UC Irvine at 75, but that's it for Utah State. Southern Utah, Marshall, Akron, Stephen F. Austin, St. Louis, San Diego, Santa Clara, and East Tennessee, and Northwest Nazarene. I mean, you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of Utah State's 12 wins against teams outside the top 100. And so, again, I know that those teams have better records and slightly better computer numbers right now, But you look at Utah State, Nevada, and New Mexico, and there's no doubt the full body of work. Boise State has a better and a much tougher schedule. I would say a much tougher schedule Boise State played. So if you had made New Mexico, Nevada, or Utah State play Boise State's schedule this year, I don't think there's any chance those teams are still 12-1. So I will give Colorado State and San Diego State their credit. I mean, Colorado State has beaten Creighton, who is 17th, Colorado, who's 25th, Washington, who's 48th, Boston College 89th, and Louisiana Tech 90th. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top 100 wins for Colorado State. And then that Creighton win is certainly looking like a nice one. The only loss for Colorado State was to St. Mary's by 3 points at home. And so Colorado State is number 30 at KenPom right now, and then San Diego State at number 26. San Diego State's just beat tonight Gonzaga, who's 29th. They beat Stanford, who's 93rd. UC Irvine 75th. Washington 48th. St. Mary's 46th. They did lose to BYU, who is ranked 4th, and they lost at Grand Canyon, who is 64th. So, I give San Diego State and Colorado State both credit. They challenged themselves in the non-con, and they've got some nice wins under their belt. But I think the verdict personally is still out for me on New Mexico, Nevada, and Utah State. I certainly think Boise State can be above those teams and be right in the mix with San Diego State and Colorado State. And certainly that game coming up here in a couple of less than 2 weeks. January 9th. January 9th, it'll be Boise State, and it'll be Colorado State here at ExtraMile Arena. That could be a fun sellout type crowd, and it should be. And I think that Boise State, again, computer numbers, I get it. They're not all perfect, not where you want them, but Boise State is still in a pretty nice spot, and a lot of quad one opportunities coming up, a lot of chances for Boise State to make some hay here in conference play. Let's continue to take your comments, your thoughts on what you heard there, what you heard from Max and Tyson, and let's hear from Leon Rice as well, the head coach, talking about the 1,000-point scorers, talking about the non-conference portion of the season. We'll hear from Leon Rice. We'll keep taking your comments and your thoughts in the ICCU YouTube chat. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 90 seconds. This is the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from the Cutwater Studios. Our title sponsor is rowpaint.com. Back in 90 seconds on Bronco Nation News. Bronco Nation News is sponsored by Tommy Alquist and Ball Ventures Alquist, Idaho's premier commercial real estate development company. BVA projects specialize in office, retail, flex, medical, and industrial spaces located at some of the most strategic and visible locations in the valley. Need a developer? Looking for new space? Think BVA. At BVA, we are Idaho's developer. The Nicolason family and SON management have proudly been operating Taco Bell restaurants in and around the Treasure Valley since 1969. One of the first to make a 7-figure donation to the Lyle Smith Society, they've also stepped up their support of Boise State athletics with the Taco Bell men's and women's basketball endowed scholarships. The Nicolason family and SON management have committed at least $310,000 by 2026. Get more information on their financial support of Boise State athletics and find information on applying to work at Taco Bell at tacobellworks.com. Lithia Ford of Boise is a proud supporter of Boise State athletics and the official car and truck of the Broncos. Lithia Ford of Boise supports Bronco student athletes through NIL deals, including providing Ford vehicles to Taylon Green and Riley Smith from the football team and Paige Barsh from the volleyball team. Rain's family purchased our F-150 from Lithia Ford. Couldn't be happier with the purchase. Check out the all-electric F-150 Lightning or the electric Mustang Mach-E at Lithia Ford, and make sure to check out their full inventory of vehicles at lithiafordboise.com. The Blue and Orange Store is the perfect spot to get all your gear for your next Bronco game. The Blue and Orange Store has official Nike apparel, including jerseys, shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, and more. Wear what the Broncos wear and get it at the Blue and Orange Store, the second floor of the Boise Town Square Mall, or get free shipping on a $40 order online at theblueandorangestore.com. Back here on the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show. Shout out to Taco Bell. If you're looking for a new job, Taco Bell is hiring. And again, they'll give you up to half your wages the very next day after your shift. So if you want some quick cash, Taco Bell can help you out. Check out tacobellworks.com for more information. And again, the Nicolason family SON management been proudly operating the freestanding Taco Bell locations in the Treasure Valley for decades, and awesome spot to get a meal. And great people, and hopefully you'll support them because they're doing a lot for Boise State athletics as well in terms of donating money for scholarships and things. So Taco Bell, check them out. If you need a meal or need a job, they can help you out. We appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. Let's see what we got coming in on some of the chat and things here. Todd says, nice work from the guys tonight. Holly says, love the energy in the X. Bronco Nation showed up. Great crowd again, 10,764. Shout out to the crowd, the biggest of the season and by far the loudest. And again, shout out to the marketing department. I know that they had been working on some things, and the timing was a little better tonight with the music and the pregame atmosphere. And I thought there was much more buzz at tip-off with the way they were able to get the Jock Jam song going. And I thought it was a nice night overall at ExtraMile Arena. A big crowd showed up, and if you all showed up and had you saw a 20-point win. I don't know why you wouldn't want to come back and certainly get a chance to maybe sell at ExtraMile Arena for that Colorado State game in 2 weeks. If they can beat, I saw somebody say it, first things first, you got to beat San Jose. I get that. But you go on the road and you beat San Jose and you're 1-0 in conference play. There's no reason this place shouldn't be a sellout for the Colorado State game coming up here in a couple of weeks. Let's see. Kurt Fuller says Mountain West very tough this year. Guess BSU finishes 4th or 5th at best. 4th probably gets you in the tournament if you can finish 4th, so that'd be big. Todd says he was home sick tonight. Jay was fantastic on the play-by-play. Yeah, how about Jay Tust, BNN contributor on the play-by-play tonight with Brian King. Look forward to going home and watching that game again and hearing Jay. Did hear that he did a nice job. Home winning streak continues. That's right, 21 consecutive home wins. Boise State now tied for the longest home winning streak in the nation at 21 straight home wins. Some more comments on the refs here. Let's see. Mountain West going to be tough this year. Fun game. They played smart, used mismatches well, fitting that Tyson and Max reach 1,000 points together. No doubt about it. It does kind of stink that Tyson got it on a goaltend, though. I mean, Max Rice hit a 3. That's the way it should be. If there was one play that kind of epitomizes is Tyson Degenhart, it's probably him driving the lane and some sort of pump fake and then making a layup. To have the goaltending be there was kind of tough, but it doesn't matter. It counts either way. And yes, Holly, as we pointed out, Boise State moves up from 70th to 67th at KenPom. I will point out for someone saying they only moved 3 spots, Jonathan Belknap says we only moved 3 spots. Boise State actually moved 3 spots in the last week without even playing. They improved by 3 spots. So it's all about the overall number that gets you to where you're at. That number is what matters. They put a lot of factors in there. Boise State's adjusted number is plus 11.86. And again, that's like one small, like literally South Carolina's right above them at 11.87, like one little thing. So things can happen. Teams will lose. Teams will win. Boise State doesn't play for a week. There's a chance they could be a spot or 2 higher before they even play again. So they moved up 3 spots right now. We'll see what the number is on the net ranking. The net ranking is 75, I believe. You'd like to see that number get up into the 60s. It hasn't been up there in a while. So if you could see Boise State get into the 60s in the net ranking, that would certainly be nice. They started the season at like 129, I think, on December 1st in the net. So if you can get them into the 60s in the net and then start creeping into the 50s, and then ideally in the 40s, that would be huge for Boise State as they go into conference play here. And again, they're going to have a lot of chances in conference play to continue to see those things move up. Shane says only 7 spots behind 12-1 Utah State at 60, 14 spots ahead of undefeated 12-0 Ole Miss. I think Utah State, again, we'll see what Utah State ends up being this year. They're obviously played very well. But the computers love you if you beat up on bad teams by a lot of points, and that's what they've done mostly this season. So we'll find out a lot about Utah State here in the near future. We're talking about every point mattering and needing to extend the bench and things like that earlier. Derek said, feel that emptying the bench at 3:30 left pretty solid. A lot can happen in 4 minutes. Just ask Utah State and Ray J. Dennis back in 2019. No doubt about it. Toulson taking some shrapnel here, flopper, but the ref spotted every time. He couldn't hit more than a bucket from the field, but feasted at the line. Let's see what else we got here. Max is right. These disappeared in road games, Todd says. Toulson might win an Oscar someday. What did he finish with? He was 2 of 7 from the field, but 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 11 points. He was minus 20 overall on the game. Let's see what else here. We got some shout outs for Joe Nickel. Toulson, definitely a theater arts major. Derek loves Max's interviews. Dude is the best. Going to miss him out there so much. Hey, you get at least 19 more games with him, so enjoy that here. First things first, the focus should be on San Jose State. No doubt. San Jose State coming up a week from tonight. Boise State gets that bye. They get to really focus in on some practice time, and I don't think they're taking San Jose State lightly this time. They lost to them last year, a really brutal loss in overtime, and they don't have Amari Moore and some of the players they had last year. So I know Tim Miles came on the show and joked that San Jose is going to be 0-1 when they play Boise. They have to play Wyoming at Wyoming on Tuesday, I believe. This will be Boise State's first conference game, but I don't think Boise State's going to overlook them by any means. I think they're going to come in ready to play, and I think the Ken Pom number was only like 5 points for that game. Let's see if it updated. 5 points. As of right now, Boise State only projected to win by 5, 73-68 out at San Jose State. So that will be a little bit of a tough game, but a game I think Boise State needs to find a way to win. Derek wants me to say Paper Tiger, talking about Utah State. Some Utah State fans got mad last year when I said that. Don't know if I'd quite go that far, but I do think if you look, I mean, just from a resume standpoint, most of their wins, I mean, they're just facts, are against teams that are not very good. So we'll find out more about Utah State here in the near future here. Disappointed that school's starting in less than 2 weeks. They will be nice though that school's back, so they should have a big student crowd because they had 10,000 whatever tonight, but there weren't very many students at all with it being winter break. So shout out to the band who was here on winter break. But if the school back in session, this place could be a sellout. This place could be rocking for that Colorado State game here in a couple of weeks. What games did young Naismith play on the PlayStation? We're playing Madden 22. Dad cannot afford Madden 23 or Madden 24, whatever the newest game is. We got a Madden 22, so we're playing a lot of that. And then we're playing the Spider-Man game that came with the system. And then we're playing some sort of baseball, Little League World Series baseball game. We only played it for a couple days, and then they went to St. Louis, and they're actually still in St. Louis with my parents for a couple of days. So they haven't had a ton of chance to play with it. Is he going to play the new NCAA football when it comes out? I'm sure he definitely will. My kids are actually both getting into football a lot. We went up to my old high school and played football with the boys there a couple times while I was back in St. Louis, and they love running routes and catching passes. So they're big football fans right now. Let's see. Todd says Madden 24 is 50% off right now. Okay, I may have to look into that. My kids don't know the difference. They're loving Madden 22 right now, and so that's good enough for us. We'll have to look into that here moving forward. But let's hear from Leon Rice. Not going to play the full post game, but let's hear some from Leon Rice. And again, the interviews with Max Rice, Tyson Degenhart, Leon Rice will be up on the YouTube channel as well. The highlights will be up on the YouTube channel if you joined us late. But again, appreciate all you guys that are checking out the show here. And again, thank you to all of our sponsors, Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. I was in the store today, by the way, moving some money around. It's just so easy. You can do most of it from your phone. The mobile eBranch online banking, so easy to use. But if you do need to go into a branch, they have great customer service, and there's a branch pretty much on every corner. So they're doing the NIL deal, obviously, with Tyson. And we got another Tyson Degenhart show coming up. I'm hoping on Tuesday will be our next episode. So stay tuned for more info on that. But ICCU, Idaho Central Credit Union, major sponsor, Bronco Nation News. We're very appreciative of them. So check them out, ICCU.com. Let's hear from Leon Rice, Boise State's head coach, talking with the media after the game. Talking centered about Tyson Degenhart and Max Rice reaching 1,000 career points. Let's hear from the head coach, Leon Rice. The Lithia Florida Boise postgame show rolling on from the Cutwater Studios. Again, more than 30 flavors of premixed premium cocktails. Pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. And we appreciate them for their support of Bronco Nation News. We got some cool announcements coming up. We're going to start giving away stuff on Friday. The day of the San Jose State game will be our first giveaway for a Cutwater item as we continue to build up for the end of January when we make the announcement on our winner for the private jet trip going down to San Diego. Final game of the season. If you want to win a private jet, for you and a friend, private jet down to San Diego, one night at the team hotel, eating, going to the beach for a couple hours, eating a nice meal, maybe getting a tour of the Cutwater factory there, the Cutwater headquarters in San Diego. That's where they're based. And going to be a lot of fun hanging out with Matt Bauscher and some cool folks on that trip. So if you want to win it, you just have to be a yearly subscriber of Bronco Nation News. And Cutwater Spirits, along with Ridley's Family Markets, are two of the sponsors for that trip. Also, we got to shout out the Blue and Orange store, Ridley's, Bauscher Real Estate. And again, round trip airfare on a private jet for two. You get to go to the game. You get to see an awesome atmosphere there in San Diego. You just have to be a yearly subscriber to BNN. So if you're a monthly subscriber or you're not currently a subscriber at all, hopefully you will make the switch to a yearly subscriber. You see at the bottom of the screen there, BNN 50 deals, that promo code going across the screen. BNN 50 deal. You have to be a yearly subscriber. And again, that'll make you eligible for every weekly prize we're going to start drawing next Friday, and then the grand prize the trip for two to San Diego for the final game of the regular season. Looking forward to that. So if you want in, hopefully you can support our efforts with a subscription. $50 for a full year. It's a perfect time as we come up on the new year. We'd love to have you, and certainly would give you a chance to win some really cool stuff. But if you don't win, you still get to hang out with and read all the columns and work from Mike Prater and myself, and gets exclusive shows and content at Bronco Nation News. So again, BNN 50 deals, the promo code BroncoNationNews.com. Sign up now so you're eligible for all of our weekly prizes that we're going to start giving away next Friday, the day of the San Jose State game. And then every Friday after that, we'll give away another item and some gift cards and things for subscribers. And it will culminate with the grand prize drawing for the private jet trip for two. So the faster you sign up, the more prizes you'll be eligible to win there at BroncoNationNews.com. All right, let's hear from Leon Rice, head coach. After the 85-63 win over Utah Valley, the Broncos finished non-conference play and finished the 2023 calendar year with a 9-4 record, and they'll now start conference play at San Jose State next week. Let's hear from Leon Rice after the win.
For two guys to get 1,000 in the same game, how special is that?
It's pretty amazing, and those two, I told them in the locker room, and those two guys to get 1,000 on the same night is really special because they've been so big in building this program and doing anything for the team. And Tyson played 5. Max came off the bench all those years and got undervalued a little bit and had to scratch and claw to get any minutes here. And their stories are pretty amazing, and they've just given so much to this program. And we've won a lot of games because of those two. The 1,000 points really is, it just equals a lot of wins that they've been a big part of. And, it was neat that they get it on the same night, and it was pretty special.
We only got 34 players in program history that have not done that.
Wow.
Look at where Max could end up on the scoring list numbers and stuff. They're putting themselves in, elite. They already have, but I think they're going to continue to put themselves in elite company.
And not just because of scoring, like you said. This has been arguably one of the best runs in program history with, Mountain West champions, second place, back NCAAs, and really good teams, nation launch, on and on. And like I said, those guys have been a huge part of it because of what they'll sacrifice to win. They don't care about 1,000 points. 1,000 points are a pretty cool milestone because they both know, especially Max, he knows so much about this program. He knows every 1,000-point scorer and who they are, and going way back. He knows all about Tanaka Beard and on, and Brian King and all these legends. Brian will be happy I threw him in. But Brian was one of the greatest three-point shooters in the history of this program. So that's the neat thing about me being able to stay here so long and him being brought up here in Boise, and he's watched this program for 14 years. It means everything for him. And, sometimes because he is who he is, he doesn't get the praise he deserves for all he does for this program. And same, I could be talking about Tyson the exact same way, like what he did last year. He helped us so much playing the 5. And that was just a complete sacrifice, out of position kind of. And, but it's really who they are as people, and how, that's why we win when you got such high character guys that are, they're not perfect, but they're coachable, they're great teammates, and they're, and so that's what I'm so proud about both of them, to be able to call them Broncos because of what they represent. They're both, what were they, all district academic guys. They help old ladies across the street.
I know points you can take them wherever you can get them, but the way they got them, you couldn't be polar opposite. So after Max hits that 3 to get 1,000, and then Tyson gets on a goaltending call, would you like to see a little more excitement in his getting 1,000?
No, I don't think they care. It's everyone's special. It's probably apropos Max got it on a 3, but it was going to go in if it wasn't goaltended. So, but probably nice as a goaltend because then there's a stoppage of play, so you get the acknowledgement. But it's just really cool, and I'm so happy for them and proud of them both, and proud that I get to coach them.
I feel like he was the most comfortable I've ever seen him on the court, which is saying something.
Yeah, I was thinking the same because, there's a synergy now in our team that you're starting to see more and more because, just getting used to Omar and where he moves and how they, and that's, there's always going to be a growth time that when you get new guys and even they're really good, it takes those other guys a while to get used to them and where they'll be. And I think that showed up at the start of that second half. He's coming off those ball screens, drawing people, and then dunk for Omar, So I think we're all starting to play better together. Our roles are getting more defined. I think I'm getting more comfortable with who can do what when I sub. I wasn't happy with the way I subbed it in the half, but there was just a series of unfortunate events. And Cam had 2 fouls. I didn't. He was playing so good. I'd like to let him run it out a little bit more, but that's basketball. It's not gonna be perfect.
Leon, Omar's playing like an all-league kid.
Sure is.
20 points, back-to-back games. Were you aware, first of all, what is that doing for your team, the fact that this guy can go drop 20 for you?
Yeah, it's huge.
Did you see that coming?
Yeah, we did. It was
junkyard dog guy, not really a 20-point.
No, we saw that, and we knew, and that's a big part of why he came here because, it's like Buzo, he's averaging 1 point, but we knew what he could become. We have a vision for, a roadmap for what they can become, and, you have to kind of see it before you can build the dream, and the thing that I equate him to, and kind of, if you watch the NBA, Bam on the Miami Heat is who he plays like and who he can that's who he's becoming. So he's still scratching the surface of figuring out how he can score, because he only had 26 points. He had 20.7 rebounds, and, I thought he was terrific in 26 minutes. So, yeah, that's pretty darn efficient. And that's what I love about, he was 20 points on 10 shots. Max was 22 points on 12 shots. That's efficiency. Tyson had 13 points on 7 shots. There's a lot of guys in college that can get 20 points, but they might take 20 shots to do it, and they don't win.
You were very purposeful in your non-conference scheduling.
Yeah.
Now that you're through that portion, you look back 9-4. A few good wins. Where do you guys stand? What going into conference playing? Is this kind of what you saw from this team?
I think it helped us a ton. We played a lot of close games. I think we were 4-1 in those 5-point games or whatever, and that's what league is. So we've had maybe the most experience of league kind of games, and it's got to help us, and it did. And you got to have durable, tough kids to go through that because it's a lot of fun to schedule all home games and go 12-1, and that's great. And I'm not knocking what anyone else did because everyone in this league accomplished some amazing things in the preseason. Everybody has to schedule their own way, and these are pros. They know what they're doing. There's a reason our league has 6 teams in the top 75. Those coaches did an amazing job scheduling the right way, winning games. Putting together these teams, like the guy at Utah State. It's a beautiful job he did. He had 0 points coming back. 0. And he's put together a team that's got 1 loss. That's remarkable. And, I always say it, how good of coaches we face in this league, but they're pros. They know what they're doing. And it's a credit to our league of what they accomplished in the preseason. And, like I said, I think we accomplished some things. Would I like to win a couple more? Heck yeah, absolutely. That's the name of the game, no doubt. But the growth that we experienced through this is going to pay dividends. I know that.
On the flip side, you have the bad loss you had maybe in previous season.
Right.
True. You feel like you just, regardless of what you had done in non-con, you probably would have had done almost the same thing in conference play anyway, moving forward. Do you feel like you just kind of, that was in the past now, it's a new season? And
absolutely. It always is when you get to conference, but that, that's always we don't do rearview mirrors, but we learned so much and we got better because of it. And that's the goal of it, and we got a great experience for our guys, and we were able to coach them. We were able to expose some things that we can do well, things that we need to get better at, and we've gotten better at a lot of things. Look at our rebounding tonight. 42-24 against a team that can rebound. I mean, they got some big dudes that know how to, I mean, we had to stop them from rebound. The first 3 misses, we didn't get any of the rebounds. And so we had to, our guys drew the line in the sand and stepped it up. And then, 13 offensive rebounds. I mean, we got better as the game went on. That's also a credit to our depth. I think it was body blows, and all of a sudden Cam's in, and then Tyson and Omar and Buzo, and those guys keep coming at you, and a lot of guys.
Some of your guys are battle tested in Mountain West Conference play. Max said when he first saw the schedule and you guys had the first bye, he thought that, maybe Leon will give us the weekend off for the New Year. But now that the time has arrived, he's like, screw that, I want to be back in the gym on Sunday to get better.
Did he say that?
He did say that.
Oh, good. I might hold him to that then. Those days are for amateurs. We want to party at the end of the season, cutting down nets and those kind of things. That's how we like to do it. So,
How important are these next few
absolutely, because the thing I always talk to these guys about, and the neat thing is we got all these alumni back, and this message is always the same. This is the last time you get to play with a group of guys that you love, a group of coaches that you love, and if you go play 20 years in the NBA, it's different. It's your job, and we're embracing every day we have together. And these guys, it's a long, June, July, August, September, all those things you go through to get to here. Well, the horses can see the barn, even though it's only January. They're running, and that's a great sign. And that's why we're getting better, is we're willing to work at it.
How hard in this first game that they dealt with it too? When you disperse for 4 days, you don't know what guys are doing, how they're actually working out, running, shooting, then come back. And then was there any danger, I guess, playing a team like Utah?
Yes, I felt that. We coached it and approached it like a league game. I mean, and what a great crowd tonight. What was the announced?
10,700.
Oh, what a great crowd. I was driving to the gym, and I was like, I hope people know we play tonight. And that was terrific. That makes a difference. And our next home game is Colorado State. We need this place sold out, I'll be really happy for that. And our guys need it now. We got work to do. We got a road game, Mountain West road game to start at San Jose. That's going to, be a handful. But when we come back, this place needs to be sold out, and for top 15 team coming in.
Quickly, just one. Is Buzo athletic enough to guard like a premier 2 or 1 player in the Mountain West?
Yeah.
Right? Think Scottie Pippen on John Stockton.
Yes. Absolutely. When he spreads out and moves, he can. And his size bothers people too. Yeah, so it gives you elite defender, and Roddy's becoming a lot better defender. We need to make him an elite defender. Max knows how to play in this league, and you put him on the right guys, and he did a great job on Toulson tonight, because that kid can really, really shoot, and we know that, and the guy got 1 3-pointer. So, but that kid can light it up. So, all right.
There he is, Leon Rice. We appreciate him for his time in the post-game interview there with a small gathering of media members. We had KTIK represented. We had the Idaho Press represented. We had KTVB also represented there in the post-game press conference. But nice win for Boise State. Again, 85-63, and not only did you win, but you won by over 10 points more than your projected number at KenPom. And again, it sucks that this is the new wave of college basketball, but margin of victory and style points now matter when it comes to the computer metrics. And so I think it has to be tweaked at some point, but right now it's the way it is. And Boise State is left to try to take advantage of that. And that's why maybe in a previous game, you empty the bench a lot more there in the second half. But Boise State had to kind of keep the pedal to the metal and try to win by as many points as they could. So they were able to win by 22, and they now come in at 67 at KenPom. We'll wait and see overnight where the net ranking updates, and then we'll go from there. So 9-4. non-conference portion of the schedule is now in the books. Boise State will open conference play Friday night at San Jose. And, of course, as you know and come to be expected by now, Bronco Nation News will be making the trip to San Jose. We're scheduled to be at every game the rest of the season. And, again, other than Bob Beeler and Abe Jackson, we're the only local media outlet that is traveling on the road this year with the Broncos. So hopefully you are appreciating the coverage and you're not getting anywhere else, and you'll consider a subscription. BNN 50 deal is that promo code there. BNN 50 deal is the promo code, and $50 gets you a full year. BroncoNationNews.com, and it also helps support our travel costs and our efforts to be able to bring you an hour-plus long post-game show after a game against Utah Valley on December 29th. So somebody's shouting out Kirby and Drink. Missouri wins the Cotton Bowl over Ohio State. Got a lot of other fun college football coming in the next couple of days. Hopefully you enjoy that. Colorado State playing New Mexico and Utah State before they play Boise State. They're going to be battle-tested for sure in conference play. They're going to be ready to rock at ExtraMile Arena. I really hope this place is sold out and hope this is one of those special classic nights because if Boise State were able to get that win, if Boise State can beat Colorado State, suddenly that's their marquee win. Suddenly they're undefeated in conference play, and suddenly maybe they kind of jump back up in the computers. And I think that's a huge game for this season. If they're able to hold course at home, they'll have a 21-game winning streak at home on the line going into that game. So first things first, they got San Jose State on the road next Saturday, and again, no show on New Year's on Monday. We will have a live show on Tuesday. We will be at Circa Resort and Casino on Tuesday, heading to Las Vegas for New Year's. We'll be out at Stadium Swim on Tuesday to make a cool announcement about our coverage plans and our party for the Mountain West tournament. Court rush if they win. If Colorado State is undefeated in Mountain West play and they are like 10th in the nation and Boise State beats them, storm the court all you want. I've been told that I'm a grouch when it comes to the court storming. They're college kids. Let them storm the court whenever they want. So I'm going to say as long as Colorado State doesn't lose those two games before they play Boise State, if Colorado State is undefeated in Mountain West play, yes, you can storm the court. No problem in that one. I would have no problem with that. And we'll see what were to happen if that were the case. But I got no problem with that. But again, we will be live at Circa Resort and Casino on Tuesday to make a cool announcement about the Mountain West tournament and our deal with Circa and our parties and stuff down there. So hopefully you're ready 9 a.m. on Tuesday for our live show. It actually might be 10 a.m. I think Circa needs it to be an hour later. So it's going to be 9 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. on Tuesday. We'll be live at Circa Resort and Casino Stadium Swim on Tuesday for a live broadcast from Las Vegas as we make a cool announcement about some things we have going on with them for the Mountain West tournament. Again, if you're looking out, we have a 15% off promo code. Send me an email. I can get you 15% off at Circa or at the D for the Mountain West basketball tournament. We're going to be having some events there that you're going to want to check out whether you're staying there or not. So appreciate you guys for checking us out. Again, 8365. I've still got a story to write, got a lot of work to do. Here going to be a late night as the cleaning crew continues to work here on cleaning up all of the popcorn and things that were scattered throughout the arena. And we'll be here writing our story and getting coverage for you guys at BroncoNationNews.com. So hopefully you'll go subscribe, $50. We'd love to have you. Enter yourself in the contest, and then you'll be able to read my post-game thoughts and report from this one. Mike Prater has got some columns coming, so a lot of exclusive content coming to BroncoNationNews.com, and you got to be a paid subscriber to read it. So we have the $6.99 monthly option. The easier one is just once a year for $50, and then it goes up to $70 every year after that. So hopefully you're able to help support us. Hopefully you enjoyed the post-game show. Again, Boise State wins this one 85-63. We appreciate RowPaint.com. All your painting needs, our title sponsor. Go check them out, ROEPaint.com. Interior, exterior, residential painting, commercial, industrial, those concrete coatings that we have in our garage and our back patio. Highly recommend those as well. So check them out, ROEPaint.com. And all your painting needs, please consider supporting our title sponsor, RowPaint.com. So that'll do it for this edition of the show. All of our great sponsors, the Blue and Orange Store, BVADev.com. We've been telling you all about them. Bronco Brew Coffee, Ridley's Family Markets, Bauscher Real Estate. Go support all of our sponsors and help make this show possible. Of course, Cutwater Spirits, our studio sponsors, and Lithia Florida Boise, the title sponsor here on the post-game show. We told you about Taco Bell, told you about all of all of our great sponsors, BVA, Ball Ventures, Allquist, Stein Distributing, Transportation Compliance Service. You're looking for that new job, go check out Transportation Compliance Service. They can help you get into the trucking industry, transcompservice.com. And again, they can get you out there towing that first load in no time. Check them out at transcompservice.com. Lean Feast, if you're looking for some healthy eating, make sure to check out Lean Feast as well. They've got NIL deals with Ashton Genty, Tyson Degenhart, and some of the great athletes at Boise State. So check them out, leanfeastmeridian.com. I mentioned Idaho Central Credit Union, the Blue and Orange Store, Timberstone Golf Course, all of our great sponsors. If I forgot one of you, I apologize, but thank you. Go support the sponsors. You're watching a free show here at 11:09 on a Friday night in December on YouTube, thanks to the sponsors for making this show for free. So go support the sponsors, make them want to keep sponsoring us, and make this work out for everybody. And like I said, if you can afford the $50 yearly subscription to the website, we'd love to have you there as well. BNN50DEAL is that promo code, and you'll be able to wake up tomorrow and read my story on this game tonight, and Max Rice and Tyson Degenhart surpassing the 1,000-point mark. And we'll have plenty of coverage all next week on the beginning of conference play as we get you set for Friday's game. The daily morning shows will return starting on Tuesday. So we took the week off, gave Johnny and Prater and Jay a couple days off this week between Christmas and New Year's. But starting on January 2nd, we'll be back with the 9 a.m. morning shows. Although the one on the 2nd, live from Circa, will be at 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe. Enjoy the New Year's Eve festivities and celebrations. And again, be safe and hopefully have a good couple of days. Enjoy the football the next couple of days, both in the NFL and the college level. And we'll be back live with a cool announcement on Tuesday from Stadium Swim at Circa Resort and Casino as we strengthen our partnership with them and get set for an awesome couple of days at the Mountain West tournament coming up. So New Year around the corner, Mountain West play heating up, a lot of cool stuff going on at Bronco Nation News. Would love for you to be a part of it. And again, appreciate you guys for checking us out. Thank you for your support. And nice win for Boise State, 85-63. Degenhart, Rice, both pass 1,000. Full coverage coming at BroncoNationNews.com. Again, have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you guys later. Going to get to work on writing the story, and we'll have coverage, YouTube videos, everything on the channel, on the website, all coming up as well throughout the night. So plenty of work still to be done here. We appreciate all you guys. Again, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy New Year's, and big couple of months coming up. Conference play starting. Bronco Nation News will be at every game, home and road, and we'll be there every step of the way to cover this team and give you the coverage you deserve at Bronco Nation News. So we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot. Bronco Nation News, again,